Our video for today is about Gordon Willard Alport. Before we begin, please like, comment and subscribe. Gordon Willard Alport developed a theory of personality called trait theory, which states that most human behaviors are motivated by appropriate functioning, i.e., behaving in a manner expressive of the self by doing things in keeping with what a person really is. The word appropriate is Alport's term for that essential concept, the self. This self is composed of such aspects of experiencing as most essential, as opposed to incidental or accidental, warm or precious, as opposed to emotionally cool, and central, as opposed to peripheral. The self has 7 functions which arise at certain times in one's life. These are 1 sense of body, 2 self-identity, 3 self-esteem, 4 self-extension, 5 self-image, 6 rational coping, 7 procreate striving. Rational coping is learned predominantly from 6 to 12 years old. The child begins to develop his or her abilities to deal with life's problems rationally and effectively. This is analogous to Erickson's industry. Cardinal traits are those that some people have which practically define their lives. An example is someone who spends his/her life seeking fame, fortune. Often, we use particular historical people who exemplify these traits. Among these are Scrooge for greed, Joan of Arc for heroic self-sacrifice, Mother Teresa for religious service, Marquis de Sade for sadism, Machiavelli for political ruthlessness and José Rizal for revolution. There are relatively few people develop cardinal traits. These often occur later in life. Secondary traits are those that aren't quite obvious, or so general, or so consistent. Preferences, attitudes, situational traits are all secondary. For example, she prefers to eat in a restaurant. Central traits are the building blocks of personality. When we describe someone, we are likely to use words that refer to these central traits: smart, shy, moody and so on. Alport noted that most people have somewhere between 5 and 10 of these. Procreate striving usually begins after 12 years old. This is myself relative to goals, ideals, plans, vocations, callings, and a sense of direction, purpose. It culminates in the ability to say that one the proprietor of his/her life. Self-image also develops between 4 and 6. This is the looking glass self, the me as others would see me. This is the kind of impression a person makes on other people, might look, might social esteem or status, including might sexual identity. This is the beginning of conscience, ideal self, and persona. Self-extension develops between 4 and 6. Certain things, people, and events around us also come to be thought of as central, warm and essential to our existence. My is very close to me. Some people define themselves in terms of their professions, activities, residence, and the groups to which they belong, such as their families, communities, schools, nations, etc. Self-esteem develops between the ages of 2 and 4 years old. There also comes a time when we recognize that we have worth to others and to ourselves. This is especially related to a continuing development of our competencies. This, per Alport, is what the anal stage of Freud is really all about. Self-identity also develops in the first 2 years. There comes a point where we recognize ourselves as continuing, as having a past, present and future. We recognize ourselves as individual entities, separate and different from others. We even have names. Sense of body develops in the first 2 years of life. We feel our body's closeness, its warmth. It has boundaries that pain and injury, touch and movement make us aware of.
If you learned from this video, please like and subscribe.